We are going to talk about Render, TAO, Kaspa and ONDO. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. So let's just start with Render. So for Render we have said $4.20 is going to be the target. We didn't meet that target. We still went to $4.14, but this was not perfect. So XRP and Render both didn't went into our take profit area. This is very sad. But we have also said that somewhere in that area we should sell off. The sell-off just happened a bit earlier, so I can take this one out of the chart. So, what I see right now for Render is that we form some kind of bearish chart pattern, head and shoulders formatation, which broke to the downside, which got its retest. So, if we break the price mark of $3.93 sustainable to the upside, then I would even leave my Render short trade and look for another chart pattern which we can develop. We can also get up and form from down here a double top pattern which I can trade afterwards. But if we decide to get rejected, and I think the chance is very high, just because we have here a fair value gap, just because we are going to close the fair value gap, it doesn't mean that Render is long. Once we get rejected there and we are going to break the $3.86 to the downside, then I think $3.70 is going to get the target. Afterwards, once we also break it again to the upside, the $3.70, $3.54. If we also are going to break it to the downside, $3.27. If we're also going to lose it, then we have to see where Render is going to sell off. And this kind of fits my analysis also with the USDT dominance. So the USDT dominance has so much upside potential that the cryptos can actually sell off 30-40% within the next weeks. This was what the USDT dominance is telling me. So for now, we have the first sign that we are going to sell off just by losing the $3.93 to the downside, which were actually our long trend line to hit the $4.21. We broke it to the downside, so basically, in my opinion, we invalidated the target right here. I would still keep it on the chart, but the chance is high that we are not going to meet this anymore. Once the $3.86 breaks to the downside, then I would take out the $4.20 as a target, because then I think the possibility of getting there is not very high anymore. And yeah, we just have to see what is going to happen. Like I said, I expect a huge sell-off for the cryptos in the next weeks, especially when the rates are going to get cut by 0.25%. So what about TAO? TAO didn't meet its target as well. So our target here was $375 to $386. If we are more bullish, then $404. We were pretty close to it, I would say. We missed $5 to that box. Instead, we have formed a rising wedge, which so far broke to the downside, got its retest. Target is ongoing, I would say $330 for TAO. If we are also going to lose the $330 to the downside, then I can expect far lower prices for TAO, and we have to see where it's going to go. Like I said, 40 to 50% crash within the next few weeks is possible. And just below to $205, it's 40%. So it kind of fits my analysis with the USDT dominance. So we have to say $343. If we want to be bullish, then this price mark have to hold. I'm in short trade, so I basically want this price mark to break to the downside, so I can increase my position size for TAO. Once $330 breaks to the downside, then I can increase my position size even more for my short trade. So what about Kaspa? So for Kaspa, we had a target on the chart 2 days ago. It was the 8.8 cents. We even got to 9 cents. Also here was target 8.8 cents, but we have also said, hey, we can extend it to 9.4 cents, but 8.8 cents is very realistic. From there, we should see a sell-off. So far, we got the first sign of a sell-off. Also here, head and shoulders formatation, which broke to the downside we are able to get up to 8.7 cents for the retest, which I don't think is going to happen, but it can happen. 8.7 cents. This is going to be the case. Then I'm not bullish. Then I just think, okay, we retested it and can sell off. So the target is ongoing of the head and shoulders formatation in its maximum length, 8.25. Once we lose the 8.5, so basically the green trend line, that's why we'll make this one red. Then I think with a very high chance, and then I'm also going to increase my short position size for Kaspa, we should see the 8.25 cents or even the 8.1 cents for Kaspa. If we are also going to lose it, then yes, we have here a target on the chart, which is the 6.8 cents. You think this is not possible? We sold off here within, this is a 1 hour candle, so within 1 hour we sold off here 9%. Imagine that, within 1 hour. What can happen in the next weeks? This is just 20%. I don't even think that this is realistic. I think that we are going to see minus 40 to 50% for Kaspa. Even for every single crypto. So this is possible. Keep that in mind. And afterwards, altcoin season. Where is Kaspa going to go? In my opinion, if we look into the bigger time frame, then yes, we can also sell off into 5.3 cents, which is from the current price level minus 40%. We would still have a double bottom pattern, which we in the altcoin season going to break to the upside at 13.2 cents, target 20 cents. So if Kaspa is going to get to 5 cents or 5.3 cents, why shouldn't I take this deal? Here is a possibility of 280% to the upside, pure profits. So I would just see this huge crash as a possibility to get cheap into the market again for the altcoin season. Yeah, we are in the altcoin season. Don't forget that. Just because Kaspa didn't push doesn't mean that the altcoin season didn't begin. So if we now look into ONDO. For ONDO, $1.13, this was our target. We had to break to the upside to be more bullish and to get some price movement to the upside. So far we got rejected there. And we broke the $1.05.7 to the downside. We retested it. So I can also imagine here that we are going to sell off. My personal target, 95.5 cents for a short-term push. For a long-term push, 66 to 71 cents for ONDO. So also here we can break the $1.05 to the upside, get up here again, and then yeah, we have to see. This can also be formed as a bearish chart pattern. If this is going to be the case, yeah, this is very ugly what I have drew here, but then we have a target which we can then put to the breakout point, and then we have a chart pattern which directs us into a specific target. So this is what I wanted to show you with that. So basically, I think with a very high chance, we are not going to see the $1.13 breaking to the upside. In my opinion, the way to the downside is free. And if we are going to sell off more, then I would look for, first of all, I can do it better. So I would look for this price level right here, which is the price mark of exactly $1. Then we can form here a left shoulder. This was then the head. We are going to sell off to $1. We can get there a bounce. Afterwards, selling off. So we can still develop a bearish chart pattern, which is even bigger. What happens then is, yeah, we can take the length of one shoulder, which is less bearish, or we take the maximum bearish target, put it then here to the breakout point afterwards, but first of all we have to get the chart pattern for sure, and then we can measure where ONDO can sell off, and then you can see, for example, 87 cents. So we have a bit more direction where ONDO is going to sell off. So for now, yeah, it doesn't sound good for most of you. I think most of you already bought the dip of the dip since years, and your altcoin might not be in profits still, even though you bought every single dip. Once the coins sell off 30, 40, 50%, yeah, I'm not talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum, those are large caps. I'm also not talking about XRP, for example, selling off 50%. Those are most likely the mid caps and small caps. But once we see a major push to the downside, so a major sell-off, then I would take it as a gift, because I think we are in the altcoin season. It just didn't happen for Sui, Avalanche, HBAR, Dogecoin, Render, TAO, Kaspa, and ONDO. So we have a huge list of even thousands of coins and millions of coins where the altcoin season didn't begin yet. It is always starting slow until it goes rapidly, pushing every single day new coins to the upside. Yeah, we haven't seen it yet. So far, Ethereum pushed, BNB pushed, Hype pushed, for example. Those coins made new all-time highs. Solana also very strong right now. Those are just a handful of coins which are currently eating the whole market cap of the whole crypto area. Once they sell off and once their, I would say, altcoin season is done, which I expect, for example, for BNB and Hype, it doesn't mean that they can still do a new all-time high, but I think that their major pushes are done. Then those huge amount of monies which are going to taken out of those assets are going to get into smaller coins. And $1 million in Bitcoin makes nothing, for example. But $1 million in some coin which is in the top 500, this can make a huge push. So keep that in mind. Altcoin season began. It's just taking time until your favorite altcoin is pumping. Unless you have BNB and Hype and Ethereum, then congratulations. But for all of the other coins, we have to wait a few months more. I think in the next few weeks, we are going to see prices which nobody expects on the market. So far lower prices. From there, I will look for huge long positions for the altcoin season. And if you want to trade the altcoin season with me together, then hit the subscribe button and we see each other hopefully tomorrow with chart patterns and trade opportunities.